Hey guys, I'm here with my 2009 Mini Cooper. I've been watching a lot of dash cam videos on YouTube, so I decided to go ahead and put a dash cam in my Mini Cooper. So the one I bought is a YI, I don't know how you pronounce it, YI Nightscape, and there are a lot of good ones out there. The only reason I picked up this one is basically because I had this one in one of my other cars, and I have the app for it. So I didn't want to upload two apps, so that way I have the same app that I could download from the same one. So this is the size of it. It's called Nightscape. It's supposed to be really good at filming at nighttime. So here's the dash cam, and it comes with a cable, so you could hook it up in here. And I'm not crazy about this cable because I don't want to run the cable along on the in front of the windshield hanging down. So I'm actually going to go ahead and run a wire, and so it'll be hardwired in. So I won't be using this. And here's the mounting bracket. Picked up a micro SD card. It's 64, and actually they make these called Endurance, which is for video monitoring. I guess it's more shock proof and stuff like that. So this is 64 gigabytes. So out there's a whole bunch of these kits, which is for wiring up your dash cam. They're all very similar. The one I picked up has all these components. So it comes with, what's nice about this one is it has really long cable, and it has this little box here where if you decide to wire your dash cam to be on all the time, even though when your car's not running, when it detects your battery the power is too low, it'll actually turn off your dash cam so you don't end up draining down your battery. But actually I'm going to wire it up so it only comes on when the car is on. So you got that end. Then this end, which this is power and this is ground. They give you a way to hook it up to your fuse box, splice it into your fuse box by using the existing fuse plug. So they give you different size fuses. You don't know which car you have, and it allows you to tap off your fuse box. So I'll probably use this to go ahead and just to make sure it's working. Then I'll probably hardwire it to my cigarette lighter. What I didn't like is to power it uses this connector, which is the micro USB, and they give you all these various little connectors to connect it basically. So, but I wasn't crazy about that, so I'm going to actually change it out to a magnetic one, and let me show you what that looks like. So I picked up this other one, this other cable, which looks like this, and it's actually magnetic on this end connector. So they give you all these little different connectors. So this is your micro. You got a USB-C, and I think you got one that will work with lightning in here. So basically this will just connect like that. It's magnetic, and it allows it to swivel 540 degrees. So you got 180 plus 360, and that way I can connect it like this. You got the swivel, disconnect it, magnetic, and actually this turns blue when it's energized. So let me that will match my interior light. So let me power that up and show that to you. Yeah, so you get it's a little blue LED light on the end. So I guess that way so you can find it. And this will, when it connects, you'll see that it actually turns on. So actually I'm going to go ahead and splice this into this cable. This cable here, this magnetic one, it's only power. Doesn't do any data. So if you want one that has data, you just buy a different type. and they do make them with data. So to be able to splice it in, I had some of these left over on another video that I was working on something else. So I'll be able to use these connectors to be able to splice it in. So I think that's everything. Oh, some other stuff I had from before. These are the shrink tubing soldering. So I have that. I have my heat gun. If I decide to splice it into my cigarette lighter, I have these connectors. And got some cloth tape. And some grommets, and I'll show you when I'm going to actually use those for. And same thing with these. I picked up these. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them, but it all depends how long I make my cable. This allows you to, it's magnetic too, so it allows you to coil cable and use it. So I might end up, depends how long I decide to make this cable coming off of the car. So I think that's everything that I need. So let me go ahead and to start fishing the wire through and taking apart the trimming. Okay, so actually I'm going to run my cable out of this plastic piece. So I'm going to go ahead and snap this plastic piece off. So basically take a thin screwdriver and you put it in here and just gently pop it off to get that off, and I'll show you the tabs for it after I get it off. Yeah, so basically all it is, just put a screwdriver in there, thin one, and twist it a little bit, and you guys see they pop off easily. Okay, so you might have to maneuver this a little bit to be able to get these pieces off, because you have this piece in the back behind the actual mirror. So what you see is it's actually held on by some clips. There's one. These little tiny clips right here. So you get those clips on one end, then you get and they actually go back inside here and snap in right here, the little grooves. So that's what those little clips do. So you get that off. So after you get that off, so basically you have this is metal, this piece is metal, so you need to twist that off. Now I was watching a couple of videos. What they did is they popped this off and then they just grabbed it with a towel and twisted it, and you gotta be careful if you do that, because this is actually this is wired. There's a wire that runs from this piece out through the bracket in here. But I think I found an easy way. Just get some channel locks, grab those some channel locks and turn it. I turned it this way, so if you're looking up, it's counterclockwise. So let me go grab my channel locks and do that. So this is what I'm going to use to grab it. I guess if you're worried about scratching it, put a cloth underneath it, the metal, before you use this, but I don't care because it's covered up by the plastic anyway. So I'm just going to grab the bottom, twist it about 9 degrees, and it should pop off. Okay, that wasn't too hard because I've taken this off before, and when I actually put it back on, I actually put some grease to make it easier. There's a little connector that sits in the back here, so you need to disconnect this connector by pushing on the tab, then this should be free. So, let's see if we get a better shot of this. Yeah, man, I don't know why it's so blurry. So there's squeeze tabs on either side of this, so you just squeeze them and then the connector pops right off. see if I... Sorry, bad lighting. Okay, so here it is with my rear view mirror disconnected. You see that you have to squeeze on both sides because it clips into here, it clips into here, and this actually sits nice and snug down in here like that. And that's what the that's the connector that's why you twist it 90 degrees to get it off these. And you see I put grease on it because I've taken it off before. So now that I have it off, I'm going to try to fish the wire. Probably start from the bottom. I have to start from the bottom. So I'm going to try to run it in the headliner down this side, and there you go, down the A-pillar, down to the fuse box, which is down there. But eventually I think I'm going to hook it up to my cigarette lighter. I added an extra cigarette lighter here for me, so it'll be easy to find it at. And that's because I changed out my old cigarette lighter with a USB here, which it actually has a voltage reading. So this is USB one, and that actually runs to my extra cigarette lighter there, which I did a video on installing this one. So let me go ahead and pull off this panel, and figure out how to fish the wire. Okay. Hey, much better in focus. So I dropped the this panel, and basically you take off the 3 Torx with a T20, and you see there's my cigarette lighter, and I actually put a connector so I could disconnect it. And I already pulled off part of the trim, the gasket, door gasket. So let me see if I need to pull off any more. Okay, I forgot my fuse box is actually on the passenger side, which is all the way on that side, and I'm on the driver's side. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and tie it into my cigarette lighter, because I already have that, and that comes on when I go ahead and turn on the car. And if you want to do it to your fuse panel, you want to actually do it on the passenger side, take off the trim and route it that side. But I'm going to do it on this side. Okay, for me, I think I can go ahead and fish the wire through that crack and get it out from underneath the dash. Then I should be able to run it up along inside that A-pillar. Okay, I had a long zip tie, and basically I went ahead and fed that zip tie through that crack and then taped the wire to it and pulled it through. So here's my wire on this end, and here it is on the other end. So I'm going to go ahead and start running it up the A-pillar. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and take this off and take this off. That way I could hop the wire to get it over there. So these plastic caps are pretty easy to get off, so just use a very thin screwdriver, small screwdriver, and just get it in there and pop the caps off. So that's where the caps came off. So you just make sure you want to get a thin screwdriver to go far in there. And surprisingly enough, these are Phillips. Everything else in the car uses torque, nuts, bolts, whatever, but this is Phillips. And for this piece, it just, you get it on this end, and there's a little swivel, and there's a screw in there to take off too. So let me go ahead and take those out using my Phillips screwdriver and see where I'm at. Okay, as a reminder, remember this is wired because it's wired because it has lighted mirror. So I'm just gonna let mine dangle and not unplug it, and go ahead and fish it through across. Okay, here it is. I got it. Let me get some better lighting here. Okay, here it is. I fished my long tie to it, and why is it still so dark? Okay, got rid of the backlighting. So I'll go ahead and fish my tie through, get it through here, and cut off this little knob on my tie thing. And it actually helps if you pull back this A-pillar trim a little bit, so you can make sure you're underneath or between the headliner and the frame of the car to be able to fish that through. So let me go ahead and pull the wire through that hole and jump to the next one. Okay, I fished the thing through. I started this end, and I'm between the headliner and this bracket, but then when I came out this end, and actually I saw it in the hole, so I grabbed it with a pair of pliers, so I'm not actually between this metal and the headliner. So I'm just going to go with that. Hopefully that doesn't interfere with anything else that's running in there like the sunroof, but we'll give it a shot. That last one took a lot of work to get it fishing it through, so I just kept working both ends until I got it poking out one end. But this one was really easy. Went in this end, and then it just popped out right there. So let me go ahead and fish the wire through, and then start doing the wiring. Okay, went and spliced everything in. Here's that pre-made cable. I cut off some wire, put a connector on, and this wire, and it actually came with a fuse, so I left that fuse intact. It runs up. I tied it into my cigarette lighter connector, which happens to be over here because I added a second cigarette lighter here because of my LED one I replaced over there. So that cable runs up the A-pillar through here and comes out here. So what I'm going to do is we'll start the car and check the voltage on the meter to see what we get. Okay, I start the car. It originally showed 5 volts, but then it disappeared. Oh, there it goes. Now it came back. I'm not sure why it does that. Maybe there's no load or something. So I got 5 volts coming out, which is good. And 14 volts on the alternator on the battery. So glad that nothing blew up. Everything is working. So now I just need to do the connection for here. That's going to go to the actual dash cam. Okay, remember, if you're doing it to the fuse box, you'll end up using these, and you'll run it on the passenger side rather than like I did on the driver's side, because I tied mine into a cigarette lighter that I installed an extra one. So you end up using these on the passenger side. So what I want to do is actually use this swivel one connector. So I'm gonna have to splice this in into here, cut this, splice this, that way I connect it up on top. And what we have is the rear view mirror here with these 2 covers, and basically these 2 covers go in here, in there like that, together. So I want to actually run the cable, this cable coming out of this plastic piece, basically. So I'm go ahead and put this, splice this in, then figure out how I'm going to run it, if there's enough space to run it out of this plastic cover. Okay, here's the rear view mirror. Normally it'd be like this. So I'm thinking, I already got this cut out right here, you see. So if I put a hole here, and what I did to the cable is this. So I went ahead and put the connector on. I have a grommet. So I'm thinking I'm going to come out the side right here, basically. And then I could run it up and it'll plug right in. Okay, there it is. I had to cut a slot here with some clippers, and that's because this connector was too big to fit through the hole. But if you want to avoid that, go ahead and run everything through, then solder your connector on like this. So now I made this cable longer just in case if I wanted to connect something else that was lower at the bottom, or use the extra. And that's where that extra, that little thing I showed you in the beginning, let me find it, hold on. Okay, these things, they come in all different colors. They're magnetic, stick to everything. And what I'm going to use is the black one here, and it has this little loopy thing on it, and that's why I picked this one. So basically I'm going to go and attach this like down here, and that way I can go ahead and coil up the excess and then fasten it in like that. So to be able to do that, all you need is a little screw or a little bolt, and make sure you have the clearance on the other side, and then you go ahead and give that a shot. Okay, this is the thought behind it. I picked this spot because it looks like I would have some clearance underneath the way it's made back behind there. So that way I can coil it up, and then have my connection like that. But if I need it longer, then basically I just undo it, and then use it to take up slack. Okay, I couldn't use this connector up in this connection here because it's just not enough room to be able to tuck that connector in or anything like that. So I went ahead and soldered it correctly straight in. So I'll go ahead and put some cloth tape in there and see if I can button it up now. Ooh wee, that was a pain in the butt. So once I got rid of that connector and just straight connection, solder that on, I'm able to it's all back together up here, at least on this end. Got still tighten up down there. So let me go ahead and hook up the dash cam, and I'll start the car and see if it works. Okay, here's my dash cam. It's not mounted yet, so I just want to make sure everything is working. So just gonna start the key in. There it goes. Power's up as soon as I turn on the car, but it shut off because the battery is too low. That's what that little box did. Start the car up. Okay, voltage back up, 14, and the camera should come back on. There we go. So when I turn off the car, the camera should go off. So basically I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up, mount it, and I'll take it for a drive on a road during the day, and take it for a ride on the same road at night, so you could and download the picture, the video, so you can see how well this or not how well this camera works for you. But let me go ahead and button everything up, and I'll show you what it looks like everything mounted. Okay, that's what it looks like it's mounted. So actually my rear view mirror kind of blocks the screen, but don't really care because the screen actually turns itself off when you're driving, so it stays battery power, power, so it's not always on. I think it has the option to turn it on, and that's what I liked about this magnetic swivel here. Connects like that, and then Let me show you why I put that magnetic thing to coil up the extra cable. Okay, here's where I actually put that magnetic coiling thing that I fastened to the side so I could coil up the extra cable there. So actually, if I want to use that cable, which comes with the other connectors, the magnetic connectors, I could use it for other stuff if I needed to, and it's a little bit longer. So there it is. I got buttoned up the bottom, tie everything up, and take it out for a test drive, and let's see how the video looks. Camera installed, so I'm gonna go ahead and drive it during the day so you can see what it looks like, and then I'll drive it at night on the same road so you can see what the difference is for this Nightscape. Today's a nice sunny day, so camera should work pretty good in picking up resolution. So that's a pretty good section of road, so we'll go ahead and do the same road at nighttime and see what the difference is. His high beams on. Okay, this one's like high beams, not high beams. So now we'll enter back on a piece of road that actually has street lights. Okay, so that's what it looks like during the day, and then at night on the same piece of road with this YI Dashcam with Nightscape. So that's my install on my 2009 Mini Cooper R56 Dashcam into its YI Nightscape. Obviously, it would have been a lot easier job to go ahead and not do it the way I did it and just probably plug it right into the fuse box. And so I hope this video helps you in installing your dash cam. Thanks for watching. Oh, by the way, that rattling sound you heard is that thing hanging from the rearview mirror hitting my alien little dash thing. So that's the noise you're hearing. So thanks for watching.